Hi, it's Denise, back for part 2 of Print to Project. In part 1 we created this big background. We used our 12 by 12 gel press plate to cover this 14 by 17 inch piece of mixed media paper. And we did the background using acrylic paint and stencils. And as you can see, we have this really great grungy looking background. So it is a little dull, which could look great depending on what you are going for. And I really do love all the grunge and the kind of like a graffiti grungy look. But I would like some pops of color. So we are going to do more to our background. But first, we are going to make some folds and some cuts because we're going to use this sheet of paper to create a zine. Now, many of you may be pros at making zines. You've probably been making them for years, or maybe you haven't made one in a very long time. So I will go through how to make one. First, you're going to fold your paper in half. Long, and I think they refer this to as hot dog. So we're going to fold it in half this way. Now, I just want to make sure my corners are meeting up. So once we do that fold, we're going to unfold it, and we're going to turn it and fold it in half this way. Again, making sure our corners meet up. So now we're going to unfold, and then we're going to fold this up so it meets that line that we just created when folding our paper in half. So we're unfolding it and we're bringing this edge up to the center. And then we're going to turn it around and do the same thing. So now we have a fold line, one going this way and 3 going that way. So we're going to fold it in half again this way and get our scissors. Now, with there being paint on it, I do find it a little easier to fold it this way to do the cutting because I find the score lines easier to see on the plain paper. So we're going to cut from here up to that score line right here. Okay, so you see we're just folding it that far. And then we'll open it back up. So we have it folded in half lengthwise, and then we push it together so that middle opens up. It's like a set of lips. And then we do that, and we get this to fold in on itself. And then we take that and bring it to the back. So I have some Paper Glaze by Picket Studio, and I just grabbed a few colors that I think will really pop against this background. And we have Daffodil Yellow, Leaf Green, and Snowdrop white. And I also have some palette knives, and I just chose this one because I like the angle. I also grabbed a few stencils. This is an old one by Heidi Swap. It's just a bunch of little dots. This is one I made myself. It's a big circle. And then we have this one, which is called Positive Sign, and it's by My Favorite Things. This is also quite old. So first I'm going to go in with the yellow because I'm most excited about adding some yellow to this background. And what you can't see is I also have a container with water in it, so I can put my stencils in there when I am done. So all you're going to do is get some of this paper glaze onto your palette knife, choose your stencil, and apply it. And I'm not doing a very good job. You can go as thin or as thick as you like. I don't want mine too thick. And I'm even okay with, if you can see some of the background. So I don't want a perfect look. I just want to add for a pop of color. So I'm okay if I don't get complete coverage. Now, I didn't do the best up there. My paper was curled up. It would have helped if I had a little temporary spray adhesive on the back of my stencil. But already, let me lay this down, you can see that that is going to brighten up our background. So I'm just going to go through the book and add some stenciling with the paper glaze and my stencils. So to my background, I've added the paper glaze, and I also splattered some white gloss spray and some black marabou acrylic spray. And I kind of like, I don't use gloss sprays or really any sprays like the way they're meant to be used. I unscrewed the top and I splattered it. And then for these black lines, I just took the, again, I took it out of the bottle and I just kind of like scribbled on the paper. Okay, so that's my background, and now I'm going to fold it back up. And I'm going to add some collage. I decided to go with black and white images because I actually found that when I tried color images, it kind of got lost in the background, which you'd think would be the opposite, but I do find the black and white actually stand out a bit more from the background. So I'm going to go through the book and add some collage images, maybe some doodling and some quotes. So my zine is complete, and I really do like how it turned out. It still has that cool, grungy, graffiti style background, but adding the collage images and doodles really made things pop. So I used my Posca markers to doodle around the perimeter of every page, and I outline the circle stencil and even outline some of the collage images. Very sketchy and loose. To a lot of people it may look messy, but that's how I like it. I also added, with some red cardstock and this old Fiskars punch, I punched out this border and I sandwiched it in between two of the pages. I only did two because these are folded and these were the open ones. So I'll just do a little flip through so you can have a look at my album, and I do hope you decide to make one for yourself.